Fortnite dance moves in real life. Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be ranking every dance in Fortnite from worst to best. And no regular emotes, dances only. So none of this, or this. Those are not dances, they are only emotes. Also, this list is entirely subjective, so if you disagree with my opinion, there's no reason to go in the comments and be like,
alright, listen here, you little bitch.
Also, be aware of the date that this video was uploaded. If you're watching this in 2019 and there are a million new dances out, just know that I'm not a time traveler, or at least as far as you know.
Pick up some fantastical gear in the description below.
So starting off this list, at the very bottom of the list, we've got the chicken dance. Had this been the actual chicken dance that we could SpongeBob meme, you know, the one where you move your arms like a chicken, I would approve this dance. But evidently enough, chickens do not clap or do whatever this is. So I hereby dub this version of the emote the worst emote in Fortnite. As for the next dance, a lot of people like this dance because it's the end zone dance or a celebration dance in football. You just celebrate with your hands up, and it was seen on Seinfeld and has since become extremely popular. I think it's a great emote, but since this video is on dances, it's not really that great a dance. It's more so just kind of a joke or a hype dance. Moving right along, we've got the reanimated dance. This dance showcases this wild zombie dance, and while honestly this isn't that bad of a dance, the thing that really bothers me about this is the music and how repetitive it gets comboed with the dance. I personally think that the music kind of ruins this one, and something similar to, say, the Thriller theme would have been much more fitting and better, which is why this is lower on the list. Next up, we've got Ride the Pony. This dance is pretty wild. You're riding a horse and swinging a rope. Using this dance as your rocket riding is the perfect combination, or you can use it to round up some friendlies nearby. But other than that, it's not really too special, so I didn't really put it that high on the list. Next up, we've got Hootenanny. This next emote is a really fast-paced cowboy dance, and it's kind of funny, even though it is repetitive, so I do like it a little bit more than the other repetitive dances, but you know you gotta rock this if you're from the Wild West. Next up is Step It Up. Are you into Irish dances, or are you Irish yourself? Well, then this step dance emote is the one you have to get. It's simple and fun. Just don't accidentally trip yourself giving this dance a go. Even though this is a fun and silly dance, I don't find the dance move that appealing, which is why it's not very high on the list. But if you're into doing an Irish jig, then definitely pick it up. Next up is Boneless. This move flows like water. The boneless emote really does make you seem like you don't have any bones as you're flapping your hands around and moving your knees. Your character's bones are literally broken when doing this dance move, but I mean, that's what makes the move so great. Next up, we've got the dip. Now, the dip isn't a straight up dance, but it is a dance move, so I decided to also include it in the rankings. This dance is a bit too simple, and it's just someone doing the yeet. It's short, and it's really not that bad, but it also isn't that special, so that's kind of why I've placed it on the list where it is. Adding a nice dip to your dance moves can make your performance much better. Next up, we've got the robot. This dance move is a classic. You get to bust out some moves as if you're a robot with stiff arm and leg movements. It's made very well in Fortnite too, and if you could pair this with a robot skin, that would be even better. Moving right along, we've got the worm. This dance move has got to be one of the silliest emotes, but it's such a classic. This is definitely one of the better dance moves, so I had to include it higher up on the list. The worm is such a wavy dance move. I mean, how can you dislike it just flopping around on the ground? Speaking of flopping around, next up is the wiggle. If you thought the last few moves were smooth, you haven't seen anything yet. The wiggle is the same move over and over, but it's such a wavy dance that it doesn't even bother me. In fact, the repetition kind of adds to that wavy flow of the dance. Moving right along, we've got the Take the L. This is the perfect way to piss off your opponents, and I'm not even gonna lie, I get pretty mad when people use this, especially when I get second place in a battle royale and the winner uses this. Like, come on, man. You don't have to rub it in my face that hard. A lot of you guys are probably gonna say that the Take the L should be in top 10 or top 5, but I gotta be honest with you, I feel like the image of the Rust Lord doing the Take the L dance has just completely ruined it for me, so that's why it's not really that high up on the list. Next up, we've got the dab. Same as the dip, this isn't a full-on dance, but since it's technically a dance move, I am going to include it in the ranking. The dab is basically just a meme, there's no denying that, but as a dance move, I wouldn't really consider it that good of one. It's kind of like really when someone uses it after eliminating me. Next up, we've got the squat kick. The squat kick is the ultimate meme dance. You are literally just clapping and mocking your enemy, and when you get killed by somebody and they hit the squat kick, you just feel like you're a zoo animal or something. Next up, we've got the break-in. Breaking has got you pulling some amazing breakdancing. I mean, look at how many spins you get to do upside down. I'm getting dizzy just looking at that. Do a couple steps, and then you break out the windmill. And I love this dance, but I had to put it pretty high up on the list. Speaking of breakdancing and urban culture, next up we've got freestyling. Freestyling isn't that fast-paced of a dance, but it sure is one of my favorites. The reason I have this ranked so high is because this is not only an awesome dance move, but it goes so well with the beat. No other dance, in my opinion, syncs up so well with its beat. And this reminds me so much of just awesome street moves and really well choreographed music videos. Next up is Fresh. Fresh really is the freshest dance of them all. I like that this dance isn't as simple and repetitive as the others, as it's got two parts to it. One where you get to swing your arms side to side, and another where you get a bit lower and move side to side, crossing arms. Moving to the top of the list, we've got the Best Mates dance. Now, Best Mates is extremely simple, fun, and such a great way to greet your buddies. Sure, some of the more complex and smooth dance moves are pretty cool, but this one gives you the right amount of everything. Next up is Rambunctious. The next dance is one of the more fast-paced ones, and another one of the best. The caption isn't wrong. This really is the embodiment of boundless energy. It allows you to express all your joy and spirit in a really fun dance. And it's kind of funny how with the beat you can hear people cheering and clapping as you pull this dance move because they know how great it is. Moving right along, we've got Star Power. This has to be the most enthusiastic dance out of them all, not just in Fortnite, but from all the dances in general. Honestly, this is kind of an annoying dance to watch. I mean, it's a little corny, Care Bearish, and happy. Even though it seems way too hyped of a dance, it's still a decent one as it has so much going on, and the song is pretty catchy, so I guess it's not too bad. Next up, we've got Flapper. Now, I feel like not that many people like this one, but this is definitely one of my favorite dances in the game. You just move around, and you got the cheeky little arm movements with your hands up. If you guys are fans of oldies or classic cars, then you'll be able to appreciate this dance. Next up, we've got Tidy. This is probably the dopest dance in the entire game, honestly. I mean, I love Snoop Dogg and Drop It Like It's Hot. I'm surprised they've added this, but it's such a smooth move. You know, I had to cop this. It's such a simple dance move, too. You're just chilling out, turning your little steering wheel. Next up is Orange Justice. Despite this being kind of over the top, I do enjoy seeing this dance move played out. There's so much going on with your hands flapping around everywhere, and this dance, for the longest time, was a viral sensation. This one's not as easy of a dance to pull off, but it's a pretty cool one. And as the caption states, it's a great exercise move. Next up is Floss. This dance has been everywhere. From middle school kids to NFL players, everyone is adopting Backpack Kid's signature move. This is such a repetitive dance move, but it's also a really fun and easy one to pull off. It's a bit weird, though, with how expressionless of a dance it is, though. Oh, and fun fact, Backpack Kid wasn't paid a penny by Epic for adding Floss to the game. However, he's still glad that it's in the video game, though. Moving right along, we've got the Electro Shuffle. I cannot get enough of the Electro Shuffle. You get some nice kicks and hops and twirl with this move. I mean, what more can you ask for? It's got the funk and fun that we all love and need in Fortnite. Next up is the Hype Dance, better known as the Shoot. Blockboy JB's Shoot Dance is taking over in Fortnite with the addition of this emote. This is one of the better dance emotes in Fortnite, one of the more recent hot dance moves in hip-hop culture. The animation of the dance is pretty spot on, especially with the hops, and looks really good with all the different skins in game. Disco Fever! We've all got the Fortnite fever we can't stop playing, especially since now gaming disorder is a real disorder. I can't even believe that. But out of the millions of Fortnite players, some of us are struggling with an even stronger fever. Disco Fever. We can't stop pulling out sweet dance moves, and this one is another killer dance move that you gotta get. It's got 3 different parts to the dance, making it more complex than the average Fortnite dance. But honestly, that makes it so much better, and it's a lot of fun because there's so much going on. Next up is Zany. It's very unique. It's a little bit weird, but it's got that funky track as you play and do the dance. And when you're in the lobby, you just pop your hands open and you just hear that little sound at the very end of the dance. It's a lot of fun. If you turn while you do the dance and then pop at the last second, it's kind of like saying boo. Next up, we've got Groove Jam. This one's another pretty silly dance, but I love just how groovy it is. It's got a ton going on with all the different hand movements and steps. I mean, how can you not like the Napoleon dance? Come on. Sometimes you just gotta let all your groove out. You gotta do it with some sweet, sweet moves like these. Shake your bum and have a blast with this dance. And in the #1 spot, and here we are with the greatest dance in Fortnite Battle Royale, the default dance. You guys are probably going to hate the fact that I ranked this dance at #1 on the list, but to be honest, the default dance isn't really that bad. It's a good dance, and objectively, it makes you feel really groovy. If this wasn't a default dance that's been overused in-game, there'd really be no reason why everyone makes fun of it. Understandably, it is a meme, but when you use this dance, you get 3 different soundtracks. I don't think there are any other dances in the game that offer that. Also, just because it is the ultimate meme in Fortnite, come on, did you really expect me to not put the default dance at number 1? But those are my rankings for the dances in Fortnite from worst to best, in my opinion. When it comes to rankings for cosmetics, it's all subjective, so I may have ranked some of your more preferred dances lower than you would have expected, but that doesn't mean your favorite dances still aren't cool. It's all a matter of our own opinions, but I'd love to hear your own opinions. So down in the comment section, let me know what your own favorite dances and rankings are. Click that like button if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure to join the Discord. The link for that is also in the description. Make sure to tune into my Facebook live streams where I've got my director Hectic playing some Fortnite Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Other than that, though, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, stay
fantastic.